as you can see, this mat is completed on both sides of the frame. Okay, and when we take it off, it'll be one full mat, adult mat, 6 feet by 3 feet. Now, to pull it off, sometimes it's a little hard. So, what you can do is give it a bit of give whenever you're pulling on the other side. So, sometimes when you use a hook, it helps. Very tight. Okay. And grab it on the side. You have a better chance that way you don't hurt your finger. Like that. So, you get the idea. You take it off this way. So, this is what your end looks like. If you didn't push it down very far or around the corner, then a bit longer than you might want to keep them. So this is where the single crocheting would come in that Angela shows. So you put the inside, the outside loop, and you keep doing that all the way down, and then you make sure you have a tail at the other end, because you don't want to just leave it like that, because it'll come off. And then you tie that on the sides. So that's pretty well it. So if you already know, or you've already seen the video that Angela put on, there's only a few differences. The one is, well, this frame doesn't take quite as much room, so you can put it away and pull it out again when you have time. These holes here are very handy. The one on the sides to keep your mat as straight as possible. So we've been able to do mats that are nicely even all the way with this added feature. Now again, if you would like to purchase one of these, or two, if you want to do the A-frame one, and another thing you can do is, if you have two, you can put them end to end, like on a table, lay them flat, and then you can do like a full mat, like the full frame, because you just put two halves together to make one full frame on a table, because we've done that before. There's a video on Angela's website that shows how we did that when we did when we weave mats with some youth from the church, and so it turned out very well. If you put the two frames end to end, they end up a little bit short. Again, same idea as the A-frame one. They're a little short, so I suggest that you add a knot or two, which will make your chain shorter. So you just go by. You'll see how many knots you may only need one. One knot actually shortens the loops quite a bit. And so we also ask the people, when they're looping their pieces together, not to pull so tight. That way, if you need to have it shorter, it'll fit better. If you need to have it longer, you can always tighten these knots, and then it'll make it the length that you want. So you can either add knots if your chain is a little bit too long, or you can pull tighter on these knots between the loops to make it the chain, and they stretch too, and the chain a little longer, and the plastic does stretch, so it's nice to have it nice and tight over here. So, like she shows on the video, I'll do a few more on this side because there, 1, 2, 3. This is basically, if you know how to crochet, or even if you don't, it won't be too hard. So, you take the second one, you put it inside the first one. Okay? Then you take the next one and you put it inside this one. And you keep moving like that, and it'll end up being a very nice edge finish. Okay, so Mr. Peters makes these frames, and they are beautiful and versatile. Like I said, you don't have to buy these. You can make them yourself if you wish, but it's a lot easier to just buy it, and I just find it's so much nicer now that I have a source where I can, as a group leader, I don't have to make my own frames and teach and all that. So when we're doing the mats, one person at a time, we take the legs off, because they do add bulk here. What else can I tell you? So if you go to my Facebook page, I will have the contact information there for Mr. Peters, Roy, and then you can ask him to make you a frame, or if you have a group that you want frames made for, he'll make several. So it would have to be before the school ends, I would imagine, because it is a high school, or you'll have to wait till the fall, till his group meets again, and he'll be making more then. Or you can attempt to do it yourself. Make sure you may want to pre-drill your holes, because this is not that thick, and if you put it too thick it gets heavier, so it's a little more awkward. So you could put thinner nails. They don't have to protrude quite so much, because as you can see I have 2 layers of plarn here, and there's still room, so we really could use smaller nails. Maybe finishing nails would be fine, or screws, as Angela shows that they use screws, which I think might not catch with things so much. Also, when you're this frame will fit in the back seat of most cars. It's a little big to go in the trunk of my Corolla, but it will fit in the back seat. If you want to move, if you want to go visit someone or something and you want to bring it with you, so that's good. I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can just send me the questions on the Facebook page, and I will try and help you resolve any problems you have. So as you can see, this one is very tightly woven. They don't have to be quite so tight, because I really put them on tight. They're just as fine if you leave more space in between. It'll probably go faster too. And I did find that when I tried weaving each chain instead of doubling them up like this, that the mat is flatter. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference, but and it doesn't really take that much more time, because it's fast to weave. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I hope that you will enjoy weaving these mats, and have a good night.